Yes. Welcome back to another stream. It's been a wild 24 hours. Yesterday was absolutely insane. Was in and out of streams like no tomorrow. Hold tight all the content creators out there, because the city content creators, y'all be doing bits in it. Twitter's been a mad one. YouTube's been a mad one. I mean, I'm showing respect for the boys out there, and showing respect for all the Donnies. Yeah, there's a bit of news that's popped off like last night / this morning. But yeah, Nunez obviously been instantly rejecting a Bernardo's release clause. We'll go through both of them things in a second. Big up to all the people in the stream. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on the way to 100k, which sounds weird. We're on the way to 100k. On the way to 100k. That's the plan. 100k mode, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the stream. And if you're watching this back on a replay, let us know your comments in the comment section. Right then, I guess let's start with Bernardo, because that popped off last night first. Bernardo's release clause was confirmed last night. We all knew about the rumor of a release clause in there, and it's £50 million. It is pounds, not euros. Mate Moretto has confirmed that. What are you saying? Happy or not happy?
So, do we know when it's active? Is it just active next summer? Because if it's active next summer, we're losing him next summer. Someone's going to pay its release clause. Like 50 million for Bernardo Silva next summer. I think someone pays that next year.
I honestly... Oh, there you go. Turbo Virgin. Yes, Turbo Virgin, lad. It says apparently it's active in his final year.
Okay, so we get 2 more seasons out of him. 2
more guaranteed seasons.
Yeah, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I like that. I think that was kind of part of the agreement I think that was kind of the reason he would stay. Like, yeah, Moji says he'll be 30. I think that's pretty good. We've got all of Bernardo's best years at that point. You know what I mean? His prime. So we probably said to him, listen, give us till you're 30. Give us 2 more solid years, and then 50 million in your final year. Someone's going to pay it. I feel like someone will take that when you're 30, and you can go. So we're not squabbling over you bring us this amount like it has been before and we'll let you go, or you want to go and we're not ready to let you go. You know you can go if someone brings you 50 million, which is very achievable in today's market, and we get 2 more years out of you. And he spoke in his interview, Bernardo, about how he's in the best team in the world. He's got the best manager in the world. He wants to make a legacy and all that kind of thing, so he can continue to do that. Is my mic all right, bro? Someone in the chat just saying it's clipping.
Yeah, I've just turned it down on this.
All right, there we go. But you know what I'm saying anyway. We get 2 more years, and that's that.
Yeah, 2 more years is good, and obviously with £50 million, like Moji said, like you said, £50 million for a 30-year-old is cash. I've heard a rumour about a gentleman's agreement in there as well for him to go to Benfica, which no idea if it's true or not, but I could see it happening. I think he's just skipping the step of Barcelona in his career path. That's all he's doing.
I think if it was Barcelona of 10, 15 years ago, or even 5 to 10 years ago, he'd probably push harder for that move. But he probably realizes that Barca aren't what they used to be. Barcelona don't have the finances they used to. From board level right down to the pitch, they're a total mess. You know, what's going on financially at Barcelona and the way they've run their club for the last 8 or so years, it's been a total disaster. So it's not as appealing as maybe at the beginning of Bernardo's career as it would be now to go to Barcelona. So
yeah,
he's saying, like, we are the Barcelona right now of European football. You know what I mean? We play the best football. We win the most trophies. We have the best manager. We have the best team. So there's no reason to push to go to Barcelona. And if he's going to go anywhere for 50 million, I think Benfica is the best place. Benfica's the best place for everybody. He wants to go there. I'm happy to see him go there. They're not going to compete with us directly for anything. It is what it is.
Yeah, I completely agree. So the fact that if the release clause was active, like say as soon as he signed it, say it was active now, imagine someone had just snapped him up like this. Also, the other side of it, if it was next year, I think he'd just be gone instantly. I'm backing Bernardo to have a really good season this season again. I think we'll see a lot more of right wing Bernardo. He seems to, I don't know, man. I'm thinking he's going to go up another level because them Champions League performances, man, it got me gassed. It got me gash, so it's making me think that Bernardo's still got a bit more. And the fact that he's just committed, they can now just focus purely on City. So I'm all for that. But yeah, that there wasn't much Bernardo news. It just the £50 million release clause
He's just had the best season of his life, bro.
Yeah,
that was
exactly.
the best season of his whole entire life. Like I said it on a, I don't know, was I on stream with you or was I on my own for the Pep injury thing? But I was saying like Bernardo Silva had a season last year where he was in the Etihad scoring 2 at home against Real Madrid in a Champions League semi-final. Like that's the kind, like what he spoke about legacy in his interview about his contract renewal. That's legacy right there. That's stuff that goes down in the history books. You know what I mean? He'll tell his grandkids about that. People who were at that game or watched that game will talk about that for generations to come. I'll tell my kids, I was at that. I was there. I was in the South Stand. I was at the game where we beat Real Madrid 4-0 in a Champions League semi-final. Like, that's crazy stuff. And he obviously feels there's room for more of that to happen. He feels like we have the facilities and the club is going in the right direction for more of that to happen. I feel confident that we can win another Champions League. I feel confident we can win it this season. I feel confident we can win the Premier League. I'm not saying we must or I demand a treble, but there's no reason we can't. There's no reason we can't. I believe we can because we have the firepower. And when you have Pep Guardiola as your manager, anything's achievable. So Bernardo knows for legacy, which he spoke about, if you're going to talk about legacy, you're in the right place for legacy, Bernardo, mate.
Definitely. And I think the fact that he's committing his best years in that scene, that Bernardo's going to go down like this. He's such a good player. And it is a new sign. It's not a new signing, but I expected Bernardo to leave at the beginning of this window. So it is kind of like a new sign. You're getting Walker and Bernardo signed down to new contracts is like two of the biggest things that's happened in this transfer window. By the fact that we've signed some like sick players, like it genuinely, it's unreal the fact that we've got them. And I remember us three doing streams, bro. I was free doing streams. Me, you, and LB were doing streams for time, and every single time I was like, he's going. You were more optimistic and like he's staying. That I never believed it. And look at it now.
I felt as time was ticking, it was becoming less and less likely for me that Bernardo Silva would go. It was becoming very apparent kind of midway through July that nobody really had the finances or nobody was ready to pull the trigger on opening up a Bernardo Silva saga. There was some teams that flirted with the idea of it. You had PSG, you had Saudi, you had Barca, but there was nobody really coming in saying, we want to get him. How many zeros do we have to put in the check to get Bernardo Silva? And then the tipping point for me, and obviously the club, was Declan Rice. When Declan Rice went to Arsenal for 105 million, clearly the club took influence from that and said, right, well, if Mr. Rice from West Ham is going to Arsenal for 105 million, let us rethink our valuation further for Bernardo Silva, which was the right...
If you look at the price that Rice went for, the price that Mason Mount has gone for, you need to... Bernardo's he's a big cash player. Look what he's just done in this last year and look at the performances, like you say. Some of them games we don't win without Bernardo Silva. He's been absolutely crucial to our treble success.
We don't win the European Cup without Bernardo Silva. We don't. He was too important. You look at both those Bayern games and both those Real Madrid games alone. Bernardo Silva was insane.
Next level, man.
He was like a man possessed in both games against both those teams. So, like, you have to look at it. You really have to look at it as black and white as possible and say, yep, Declan Rice, captain of West Ham, they won the Conference League. He's going for 105 million. We are the European Cup champions, and Bernardo Silva was arguably one of the most important players in our European Cup winning team. He's going for more, and no one's going to pay it. So, best option for Bernardo. He has to rethink what he's going to do. So he has to say, right, I'm staying at City. Obviously, it's a good place to be, but what is the easiest way for me to get out in a few years' time? 50 million release clause. We'll slap that down. Benfica, gentleman's agreement. Everyone's happy. Everyone's happy.
Smart business, isn't it? And it's from both sides, really. From City side, because we get him for another 2 years. And from his side, because it means that he can get out if someone pays that money. And obviously, if that gentleman agreement doesn't exist, it does exist with Benfica in a couple of years as well. I'm sure he'll be happy about that. Big up Kid Nacho, by the way. Not sure if you're still in the chat. I know that you passed your GCSEs, so big up, man. Well done, bro. You doing? He's telling me. And you doing? These are screenshots, that they're like peak thumbnails. You just like, yeah, we need to get that green screen out and do it here. Like that's the way, man. Right, yeah, Kid Nacho, big up, man. Also, I seen Hector Bat in the chat. You were saying something a minute ago, and I wanted to read it out. Oh, yeah, he asked what's happening with Gomez. All the noise about incomings and academy sales made me forget about him. Genuinely, I forgot about him as well. Because, he played pre-season. I think he's just going to be in and around the club. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. I think Sergio Gomez will just stay and be in and around the club again.
I think he's kind of happy doing that. To be honest, I think he's kind of chill doing that. I mean, can you see any game time for Gomez with Doku coming in now as an extra winger? You've got Foden, Bernardo, Doku right wing. You've got Grealish, Foden, potentially Doku as his versatile left wing. Left back now you have Vardiol, Ake, Akanji possibly. I don't know. Like, I don't see much route into football or on the pitch antics anyway for Sergio Gomez. I think if I was Gomez, and I had ambition, I'd be looking for a move. I'd be looking for a loan move.
Yeah, I see that. If I was in his position and I was thinking, you know what, I need more football for more development, then yeah. And he might be thinking, I don't want to play left back, I want to play further up. Because he is definitely a more attacking player. However, if we're in the Carabao Cup and say you're playing like a League 1 side, League 2 side or something like that, I'd definitely be just using him. We need to use our players to protect the players that are the starters. And I think Gomez will just be backup for us. Like I don't think of major games, but yeah, his age. That's what I mean for him to develop as a player. He needs to get off, man. He needs to get off. Yeah, also needs to decide where he wants to play football.
At his age, he shouldn't be settling for just the odd Carabao Cup appearance here and there. And that's if, like as you said, that's if you're playing against a League One or a Championships even level club. Like if we play against a Premier League level club, Gomez ain't going to play in the Carabao Cup. You know what I mean? It's going to be Kanji or Ake or someone or Vardy also. I just think for his age, he needs to get off. And that's not disrespect to him. I don't actually think Gomez is a bad player. I just think there's too much quality ahead of him at Manchester City. And that will go for most players we bring in that position or those positions. Most players aren't going to get ahead of the quality that we currently have. We're treble winners for a reason, so no disrespect to him. I just think if he wants consistent football, which he should do at his age of, what is he, 22, 23, I'd be looking for a loan move and go and grow and develop and try and smash it somewhere else. And maybe if you do grow and develop somewhere else, Pep will reconsider you, or else you'll get your stocks up and you'll go somewhere else anyway. Yeah. So
I think we're both in agreement. That's the best move for him. But I think he'll stay this season personally. I think he'll stay, and he'll just we'll just see dotted about. Probably won't get too much game time. Yeah. What else? The other news? Oh yeah, Nunes. So obviously yesterday we heard about the Nunes bid. City submitted a formal bid of £47 million to Wolves for Nunes. The opening offer from City was worth £55 million in total, but that's nowhere near Wolves' valuation. That's according to John Percy from the Telegraph. However, City are set to return to Wolves with another offer for Matheus Nunes. They literally instantly turned it down. City first ball, they went, here you go, and they just went, nope.
Yeah,
instantly. Nope.
Was it a formal bid? No, it wasn't like here's our offer.
Yeah, it's a full. Yeah, because City submitted an official bid yesterday, so this is basically that was instantly rejected. The official bid of £47 million.
I'm surprised we submitted a formal bid without verbally agreeing at first, but I'm not surprised. I mean, they paid 45 for him. They probably want more than a $2.5 million profit on what they paid. So I'd say you're looking closer to 55, 60 to get the deal done.
Yeah,
personally.
So it says that Percy is at J Percy Telegraph, by the way, John Percy. He's saying the opening offer was 55 mil in total. He has put pounds. Don't know if it is the pounds. £55 million in total, but that's nowhere near the evaluation. Now I don't know if that's. I think maybe we have to go like 55 million as the opening bit with then add-ons on top of that. Tommy put a tweet out saying around £65 million is probably the hazard of a good guess as to where you'll see this being.
Yeah.
So I did a poll in the chat, but I think I accidentally ended it. How much? What's the maximum people start paying for this guy? Because how high up do you go? Because because they'll be looking for like 70s, isn't it? Obviously, they'll be trying to push as much money as possible, but they are also in a financial issue. I think you can get him for like 60, 65. Yeah, Lauren just put it there. 60, 65 is where I think we could probably get him for.
I think you could get him for 65. I wouldn't pay any more than 65 for him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's worth that.
Let's talk football. £38 million they paid. Yeah, they paid £38 million for him.
Well, there you go. There you go.
So
yeah.
they'll make money on it.
If you double it and do, or not even double it, just 65. Yeah. 65, maybe 5 million add-ons, get the deal done. I think that would do it.
Muddy Duck there says Wolves were always going to reject the initial bid, £47 million plus add-ons, as City were lowballing to see how desperate they are for cash. I mean, City are always going to just go in straight away and just be like, look, here you go, let's see how far this can get us. They are saying that a new bid is expected, pretty much. City are going to go back straight away. Apparently, we want this to be done in the next 48 hours. So, do you remember yesterday when we was like, this can move fast? City will push this to move fast. It's seemingly that we've pushed in the direction of Nunez instead of Eze, if you believe it's a him or him. If it's a both, Nizakis and Mr. Don Smith, they've come out and said City are considering making an official bid for Eze, which around £70 million. So, it's still a weird one whether we're going to do both or not. But as it stands, City are very much focusing on Nunes first. So they want it's mad because they want this done in the next 2 days.
If they're going for both, they probably feel that Nunez is the easier one to wrap up. So get that done quickly, get it over the line, and then use the remainder of the transfer window to try and get the Eze deal done if possible. I think getting the Nunes deal done in the next 48 hours is actually achievable. I think they can get there. I think with personal terms agreed so quickly, Nunez will probably put pressure on Wolves to get the deal done as well. We know they need the cash, so City will bump up their formal bid, a good bid I'd say, and get that done, and then you can turn your full attention to Eze.
Yeah, because the Eze deal is like it's a weird one at the moment because we don't know how much they're going to try and rinse us for in it. Whereas Nunez, I feel like, is more achievable to get done faster.
We kind of know what area we're working with, what kind of ballpark we're working with in terms of getting Nunes done, but in terms of Eze, we're slightly more in the dark. We don't know exactly what Crystal Palace are looking for, or at least we don't anyway. The club might, but we don't. So it seems just from outside looking in that it'll be easier to get Nunes done. I think we can have Nunes done and announced if we wanted by the time we play Sheffield United on Sunday. Yeah, well, that's the plan. The plan is the next 48 hours to get this out of the way with. But yeah, City have the cash for both players. Apparently, but according to Tolmy, he said that if City make it official, their interest, Palace will entertain the conversation if it starts with an 8. So you're looking at 80 mil. 8 million it is, so.
8 mil. 8 of the finest British pounds. Just £8, that's it. Hugh with a 2. Yes, Hugh with a 2. Says Sporting have a 10% sell-on clause, so £65 million ish. Has Hugh? Yeah, I think we could see it getting done for £65 million, the Nunes deal. Personally.
Yeah, I could see that.
There's some news. It's not worthy of that. I mean, that's no disrespect. We already knew it was happening. Laporte has officially left Manchester City and joined Al Nassr, which I'm gutted about, right? Because didn't even get to do any of these, innit? Do you know what I mean? The dancing and stuff like that. But I'm sure we all seen his goodbye message. Pretty emotional, you know. It's he showed his bad times, his good times. He spoke about his bad times and good times. How obviously he wasn't happy with being sidelined and stuff, and his injuries. But personally, still one of the best defenders, man. He's sick. Like I get it. Go get the bag and that, but he definitely should be playing Champions League football still. He should be in the top side. It baffles my head how Real Madrid didn't go and get him, or someone else didn't go get him. It baffles me, knowing how cheap we were willing to let him go for.
He's worth more than 25 million as well. Like, he's worth way more than 25 million.
He'd walk into most sides.
He'd walk into pretty well every side. Like, what Premier League side would he not walk into? Who would he not walk into the Premier League? Maybe other than Arsenal. He'd walk into all of them.
He'd walk into all of them, yeah, you're right.
So
it's crazy, man. It's crazy, but
the disrespect on Laporte this summer has been crazy. People saying they don't rate him, like rivals anyway, saying they don't rate him like that, and they think he's bad and he's not good enough, and that's why City are getting rid of him. And
it helped us massively win the league the other day. Like the guy clutched it. He's sick, man. He's sick. He's a very, very, very good defender. Obviously, he's chosen his destination. He's going to be getting a lot of money. I think it's something like 400 grand a week, no tax, 30 mil pound up front, whatever it is. The guy's going to be loaded for life in it. So, not that we weren't already. Just extra money. But big support. Good luck with his Al Nassr journey. He's got a little statement thing here. He says, "I'm proud to have represented Man City over the last 6 seasons. When I first joined, I was excited about the prospect of winning trophies. However, I could not have imagined the success we would go on to achieve together. I'd like to thank the coaches, my teammates, and of course the brilliant City fans for all their support throughout my time in Manchester. I'll always be a City fan and I look forward to seeing you all again." Cheeky said, "Laporte has been an excellent player for City during a great time for the club. He fit into the team seamlessly upon arrival in 2018, played a key role in many of our successes over the years that have followed. The form of the other defenders in the squad made it hard for him to find a sufficient game time in 22-23, and we respect his decision to seek a move elsewhere. I look forward to following his career from afar." Yeah, big up Laporte, man. Big up Laporte. Simo Sops with a 16 month says both teams going to try and rinse us because they know we're in need, and also the fact that the window is closing soon. Also love the fan cams after the game the other day. Great addition to the channel. Cheers, Simo Sops, mate. That's something that's going to be a regular on the channel. Someone asked in the chat why the fan cams are on separate videos. Easy, more digestible content for people rather than just collating every single fan cam into one thing. And also, as the fan cams are coming in, I'm uploading them fan cams. I'm editing them, uploading them. So it's easy to get them straight out after the match. So that's the best way for them to be. It works.
You can pick and choose what ones you want to watch. You don't have to watch every.
Yeah, you don't have to watch every single one. You don't have to watch like a 10 to 20 minute video of just people talking. You can just go, oh, what's that saying? Let's have a look at that. A little 5-minute video.
Precisely.
Metallitin says, give Hugh a taser to keep in his pocket for protection.
For what?
Are you doing fan cams?
Have you seen the fucking size of me, mate? No one's gonna start on me. I am a machine. I'm a specimen. I don't need no taser when I got these bad boys.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. For when it goes AFTV on you, says Metallitin. Yeah. Hugh, man or machine.
Unit, Chacha.
Unit is it. But yeah, that's the latest news. There's not really too much. It's been a bit of a chilled out morning. A little bit of a chilled out morning. There's still a lot going on. But yeah, unit. Oh, that's funny, Tyrone. You're a unit, not a unit. Yeah, I mean, he'll batter you. He'll batter you in hand and slam a Guinness.
Yeah.
Oh, straight down. Saw a guy get nicked behind Hugh in the fan cams. I edited it and I've still not seen that.
Yeah, some guy was beefing the stewards outside the stand or outside the stadium after the game. I don't know. He got nicked in my video though. It's funny content.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Right, big up everyone. That's been your kind of catch up this morning. I imagine there'll be a lot more news in the next, today, tomorrow. Doku signing. He obviously added his medical yesterday, so I'll be looking for an announcement on that sometime today. City move weird at times, but in my head I'm thinking 5 o'clock. I think 5 o'clock is when the Doku thing will pop off.
I watched Big Steve live on Instagram earlier on. He says he thinks tomorrow. I don't know if he knows anything or if he's just guessing.
Oh really?
But
yeah, that could be a thing. They might be editing.
They might spend today doing all the media preparation and papers and shit, and then tomorrow. But I don't know. Maybe it'll be today.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. L with a 2 says, love fan cams. I haven't had it since Blooming Rising TV. A lot of people said that. That they've not had it since Blue Rising TV. So they've wanted something like that. So yeah,
all the home games.
Yeah, all the home games for now.
We're hoping that the boss man Freddie Pye can put some magic.
We're trying to sort out the away games.
Or if any of you Actually, you know what? If any of you have any connects for away tickets, or you can sort us out, and you want fan cams at away games, fire me a message on Instagram at HughMurray13, because I want to make. I used to go to all the away games, or most of them, but City have made it harder for me this season to get away tickets than it was last season. They changed the criteria, so we're hoping we can figure it out somehow. But for now, all the home games I'll do.
Yeah, home games are guaranteed right now, and then the rest of it is to come after that. Craig Pie Time says Doku arrived at training today at 2 p.m. Just not formally announced yet. Well, Craig, mate, you got some inside sauce, you know. He's got the sauce. I think it'll be today then. I think it'll be today. I reckon it'll get announced today. If that's the case, because they love honestly, I reckon it'll get announced today. I reckon 5 o'clock today there'll be an announcement. Could be sooner, and if it is sooner, then you'll see us live again as soon as that happens. Big up to all the people who super chatted. Big up to all the people who like the stream and watch this. I know we're a bit late on the news this morning and that, but yesterday was a long one. And but we are here active. I'll be sat here waiting to go live as usual. I just literally sat here waiting.
He does actually just sit there waiting.
You know what? Last night on our Discord, Hugh kept coming in every hour and be like, "Mr. Poddy," and he was like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm just working, mate. I went to bed at 4. I went to bed at 4 a.m. You never came back for me, Hugh.
I know, I went to bed myself.
Yeah. Right, big up everyone. We'll catch you very, very shortly with more City news, because as soon as we end this stream, something will happen. If you're watching this on a replay, let us know what's your maximum price for Nunez after our first bid was initially rejected, and what do you think about Bernardo Silva's release clause, £50 million over in the next 2 years it becomes active. I think that is absolutely fine. Let us know. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. See you in a bit.